I had to go to the lawyers, to John Eisenberg, our senior counsel for the National Security Council, to basically say, you tell Eisenberg, Ambassador Bolton told me, that I am not part of this whatever drug deal that Mulvaney and Sondland are cooking up.
Did you go speak to the lawyers?
I certainly did.
The president implicitly threatened you in that call record. And now the president in real time is attacking you. What effect do you think that has on other witnesses' willingness to come forward and expose wrongdoing?
Well, it's very intimidating.
Dad, my sitting here today in the U.S. Capitol talking to our elected officials is proof that you made the right decision 40 years ago to leave the Soviet Union and come here to the United States of America in search of a better life for our family. Do not worry, I'll be fine for telling the truth. This is America. This is the country I've served and defended, that all of my brothers have served, and here, right matters.
Hi again, everyone. It's 5 o'clock in the East. You're in for a treat. That right there is what valor looks like. That is the best of America. Those are some of the brave men and women of the Trump administration testifying against the then President of the United States, Donald Trump, in the first impeachment trial, because the truth and democracy matter to them. Consider their bravery as Donald Trump's allies in Congress continue today to dodge, obfuscate, and lie about their interactions with Donald Trump, this time around the events of January 6th. As Democrats in the House gear up for a subpoena fight against elected officials who could shed light on the events of that day. Remember the example of Fiona Hill, Maria Yovanovitch, and our next guest, Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman, who put all their careers and all their reputations and all their livelihoods on the line to tell the truth about the corruption they witnessed on and in the weeks and months leading up to the now infamous July 25th, 2019 phone call between Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky, the flashpoint that led to the ex-president's first impeachment. In a brand new book titled Here, Right Matters, after that powerful moment in his testimony we just heard, Vindman sheds new light on the choice he knew he was making as an active duty service member and an official in Donald Trump's White House. Here he is on the moment he knew that what he heard on that call was outright corruption. He writes this, quote, I do remember looking around the conference room when the meeting broke up, knowing that others, including my boss, had heard what I'd heard. In that moment, I realized something right away. Nobody else was going to say anything about it. If I didn't report up the chain of command what I knew, no one might ever find out what the president was up to with Ukraine in the 2020 U.S. election. I knew what I had to do. I'd known from the moment I heard the president say what he said. Regardless of any impact on the president, the domestic and foreign policy consequences or personal costs, I had no choice but to report what I'd heard. Vindman, whose family fled the Soviet Union for Brooklyn, New York, when he was just a child, was optimistic that in a free society, justice would prevail. But his ideals were soon confronted by the force of a corrosive and toxic right wing in America in the era of Donald Trump. Vindman writes this, quote, today in our life as a family, there's before impeachment and after impeachment. When we turned on Fox News, Laura Ingram's guests were John Yoo, the former Justice Department official in the George W. Bush administration, and Alan Dershowitz, the celebrity lawyer. They accused me of being a traitor to the United States. Now we knew we were in a before and after moment. Hearing me called a traitor on a TV show viewed by millions set our family into after impeachment. Here was yet another new terrain. Vindman goes on to describe fears for his family's safety, even as he faced retaliation from within the White House in the wake of his public testimony. He writes this, quote, to protect my family now receiving threats at the House and to get the administration to stop harassing me, I considered moving us out of our home and onto base for security purposes. Our greatest effort as a family, however, was to refuse to allow the maelstrom of crude political attacks on me shake us up. I'm grateful that Ellie, my daughter, was only 8 during this period. Now it's different. She's older and more attuned and sensitive to our situation. She asks whether people like Daddy or Donald Trump. The choice between the truth and Trump, bravely made,